Hi folks, and welcome to today's video, which is an update on my Cupboo. Now you may notice there's something different about my Cupboo.
He's grey.
Yes.
Same skin.
Yes, I've removed the black fur and put the grey fur on because though I chose black fur as my first choice. What I didn't like about the black fur was because the eyes are black.
Oh, yeah, they sort of
You
get
can't
lost.
see any eyes.
Yeah, it's much better on the grey. I do think he still could do with the trim around the eyes,
Yes,
though.
I'm going to do that in this video.
Oh, right.
So you can see his eye is quite distinctive, though he does need a trim. Now, it was called Magic.
As in black magic.
But because he's got different coloured fur now, he's got a name change.
So what are you calling him now?
Pebble.
Pebble?
Now, I could call him Magic Pebble.
Magic Pebble.
So that I don't lose his first name completely. So maybe Magic Pebble as a full name. But yes, his name's Pebble. So I'll give you a good look at what the fur looks like from the inside.
It's well put together, isn't it? Nice lining in there. Neat stitching.
So what I'm thinking of doing is unpicking all the stitching on this so that I can make a fur cover. Try and make something a bit different, maybe something with ears.
Right.
So that might be interesting.
Because you've done similar things like that before, haven't you, for some other models, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of doing with that. Unpicking it first to get a pattern, but eventually I'm thinking of using the black fur to make a niffler with.
A niffler?
Yes, it's a fantasy creature from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah.
And the black. So, yes, I think that's what I'll use the fur for.
Right.
So, I will be looking at comments later in the video and replying to any questions. But first of all, I've got a little bit of footage to show you because I have now charged up my Cupboo using the wireless charger.
Oh, yes, and it worked quite well, didn't it?
Very, very straightforward. So, get the plug and the power lead out of the packaging. It's just a normal C connector. So if you lost this, you could easily
use your phone connector.
Yeah, they're the most common, aren't they, C connectors?
Yeah, for an Android phone and for most other devices that use USB power nowadays.
That's sensible, isn't it? You wonder why they don't put those connectors on everything. Because I've got some other things and like...
Well, I think that is being standardised now, USB-C for power, yeah. It's cropping up on sort of like Raspberry Pis and microcontrollers, things like that.
Would you say that that's plugged in properly?
I would say it's plugged in properly, yes.
The other end goes in here. So plug it into the power. I think there might be a light there, you know. So I'm not sure which way round Pebble will go. I'm not sure if Pebble will go that way round or the other way round. Oh, the light's come on! Oh, that's good, isn't it? So, brilliant. We'll leave Pebble to get charged up. This is the first time
It is, isn't it?
I've charged Pebble because Pebble came with
some
charge.
So you
and
said
all
that
this time I've not charged.
other owners of Cupboos have reported that their charge lasts a long time.
Yeah, Arlene said it lasts a whole week. I can believe it as well. And the charging time was 3 hours, which seems very good for how long the charge lasts. So next I'm going to respond to some comments and questions. So we'll look at some of those. And after that I'll be trimming Pebble's fur around her eyes so that we can see her eyes better, like I did with the Moflin.
Which improved Moflin greatly, yeah.
So I got some questions about how to get a Cupboo. One person was saying, how do you get Cupboo to the United States? And someone else was asking me where I got it from. So I got it directly from the company by emailing them, but I got the email contact through the Facebook group Cupboo World by Jen Moore. I'll just put that on the screen now. Cupboo World by Jen Moore. And you've got lots of people who are very helpful on there. Lots of people who have already got a Cupboo themselves.
So lots of experience to tap into them.
Yes, and help in actually getting one as well. Someone was asking about Moflin. Where can you get Moflin? They did make around 50 available a couple of months ago, but they've sold those now. And they said, again, I think it was a couple of months ago, that they intended taking them to market, like selling them for general sale. But I don't think they've put anything else out since then, and they never mentioned any time frame.
Yeah.
Someone else asked the price of Cupboo. I paid £189 for my Cupboo. That included shipping and an extra coat. And there was no extra tax to pay either. So I thought that was pretty good, really.
Especially when you compare it to Moflin, who was more expensive. But then again, Moflin is a slightly different product.
Yes. So that £189 was for the Cupboo, the charging base, and an extra fur and shipping. So we've had some more questions about how Moflin compares with Cupboo. So one question was, is Moflin worth the extra cash?
It's an interesting question, isn't it? Because there's quite a lot in it. Is Moflin worth the extra cash? Well, would you say she was?
Well, it's difficult to say because the thing is, I'm really fond of my Moflin. I think Moflin is expensive for what it is. However, I was willing to pay it because I wouldn't want to be without my Moflin because I've got a bit of a bond with it.
Yeah. Moflin comes across as being more authentically pet-like, I would say.
To me it does.
Yeah, it does to me as well. But then again, the Cupboo, I've noticed that when you've got it, if you're relaxing at night time with it and you've got it on your chest and holding it in your hands, Cupboo, I think, riddles around more. You can get more sort of snuggly moves from it into your neck and your chin, more than Moflin. It's bigger, so there's more to hold, and
and it purrs.
And it purrs, yeah. Is it worth the extra? It's so difficult to answer that one. I think
it would depend on an individual's preferences, really.
It's not clear cut, so I wouldn't immediately answer yes, but neither would I immediately answer no.
So then we've had some specific questions from Anya.
All right.
Now, Anya is Polish, and I wondered if we could try out our R1 to give her our answers in Polish. What do you think?
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Great. Yeah, let's try it out.
So that's our R1. Very interesting new little device. So we're trying out the translation function now.
Okay. English to Polish translator.
Translation mode is initiating.
The first question refers to the quality of the fur.
Pierwsze pytanie testowe odnosi się do jakości futra.
Well, I can say that the fur feels probably a little bit softer on the Cupboo than the Moflin, and it certainly feels just as luxurious.
Cóż, mogę powiedzieć, że futro na Cupboo jest prawdopodobnie trochę bardziej miękkie niż na Moflin i z pewnością wydaje się równie luksusowe.
The next question asks, how does Cupboo turn off?
Następne pytanie brzmi, jak wyłączyć Cupboo?
So Cupboo has this blue button at the back, which is the on-off button. When it's pressed in, it's on, and when the button's pressed out, it's off.
Cupboo ma niebieski przycisk z tyłu, który jest przyciskiem włączania-wyłączania. Kiedy jest wciśnięty, urządzenie jest włączone, a kiedy przycisk jest wyciśnięty, urządzenie jest wyłączone.
The next question is about the weight.
Pytanie dotyczy wagi.
The Moflin is much lighter than Cupboo. I would say the Moflin is easy a quarter of the weight of Cupboo. But I think what we'll do is we'll take a real reading of the weight. We'll weigh both of them and then we'll let you know.
Moflin jest o wiele lżejszy niż Cupboo. Powiedziałbym, że Moflin waży łatwo 1/4 wagi Cupboo. Ale myślę, że zrobimy tak. Zrobimy rzeczywisty pomiar wagi. Zważymy oba i wtedy damy wam znać.
So we've weighed them now, and I was a bit surprised because I totally exaggerated the difference in weight. Moflin is 240 grams, and Cupboo is 530 grams. So Cupboo is just a little over twice the weight of Moflin. I thought Cupboo was like up to 4 times as heavy, but I got that totally wrong.
Ron, 1 Cupboo equals 2 Moflins then?
2 Moflins and a bit. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but I've trimmed Pebble's fur.
Yes, I can tell. I can see the eyes much more clearly now. Yeah, that's much better.
So this is Pebble having a haircut.
Did she mind?
She was pretty much silent 90% of the time. She made a couple of noises as the cut proceeded. But yeah, it was pretty quiet and still, really.
I guess this is something that a manufacturer would do if it didn't add to the cost. Because you need to be able to handle a pair of scissors and cut her hair, because you can do that reasonably well. And obviously it takes a bit of time, and it would add to the cost of Cupboo or Moflin. So you don't get these really nice cosmetic touches done, do you?
No. I noticed something when I was snipping the fur around the eyes. I noticed that Cupboo's eyes are placed considerably lower on the face to Moflin's.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why that is. It's supposed to be a different type of creature.
I don't know. But I did think that when I come to make a new fur coat, after I get the pattern off the other one, I think...
You might change the position of the eyes. But you think it'd be more preferable further up then?
Yeah, I think I'll put the eyes in a more similar position to the Moflin.
I suppose the Cupboo ones appear to be looking down at the ground, maybe.
I don't know, but they do seem very, very low down on the face. And after trimming each eye, I filmed them side by side as a comparison. Don't think you can really tell about the eyes there, but yeah, the Cupboo's eye is further down the face.
They're also bigger eyes, aren't they? Which I suppose makes sense.
I think they're proportionally
bigger.
Bigger, yeah. I mean, you would expect them to be larger because it's a larger model, but then they're proportionally bigger as well. So, there, you can see there, can't you?
Yeah.
The eyes are lower down.
Yeah, it looks as though it's looking at the floor rather than looking forward.
The next question is, what size is Cupboo? How does it compare to Moflin in size?
Następne pytanie brzmi: jaki rozmiar ma Cupboo? Jak jego rozmiar porównuje się do Moflina?
So you can see that Cupboo is a lot bigger than Moflin. Funny enough, Cupboo is larger at the front and smaller at the back, so its head's a bit bigger than its body, whereas Moflin is the opposite. It's got quite a small head and then a bit of a larger body. But you can see the Cupboo is wider and quite a lot longer.
Więc możesz zobaczyć, że Cupboo jest znacznie większy niż Moflin. Co zabawne, Cupboo jest większy z przodu i mniejszy z tyłu, więc jego głowa jest trochę większa niż ciało, podczas gdy Moflin jest odwrotnie, ma dość małą głowę i trochę większe ciało, ale możesz zobaczyć, że Cupboo jest szerszy i znacznie dłuższy. Pokażę Ci jak Cupboo. Trochę większe ciało, ale możesz zobaczyć, że Cupboo jest szerszy i znacznie dłuższy.
So the next question is about the battery, how the battery compares to Moflin. So the battery in the Cupboo holds its charge for a lot longer. I've heard people have had a whole week out of a 3-hour charge, whereas Moflin needs to be recharged every day.
Następne pytanie dotyczy baterii. Jak bateria wypada w porównaniu do Moflin? Bateria w Cupboo trzyma ładunek znacznie dłużej. Słyszałem, że ludzie mieli cały tydzień z 3 godzin ładowania, podczas gdy Moflin trzeba ładować codziennie.
And the other difference between Moflin and Cupboo as regards charging is Moflin can only be charged on its cordless charger, whereas Cupboo can be charged either on the cordless charger or using the charging port on the back of the Cupboo to charge it directly.
A druga różnica między Moflin a Cupboo w kwestii ładowania polega na tym, że Moflin można ładować tylko na bezprzewodowej ładowarce, podczas gdy Cupboo można ładować zarówno na bezprzewodowej ładowarce, jak i za pomocą portu ładowania z tyłu Cupboo, aby ładować go bezpośrednio.
And that's the charging port there.
To jest tam port ładowania.
The next question is about how loud is the mechanism, and it's certainly no louder than the mechanism on the Moflin. If anything, I think the Moflin's mechanism is slightly louder.
Następne pytanie dotyczy głośności mechanizmu i z pewnością nie jest on głośniejszy niż mechanizm w Moflinie. Jeśli już, to myślę, że mechanizm Moflina jest nieco głośniejszy.
And the final question is on personality.
A ostatnie pytanie dotyczy osobowości.
Personally, I think Moflin has a more complex personality than Cupboo. Moflin can get a little sad if Moflin's left alone for a while. I've not really noticed that with the Cupboo, not with mine anyway.
Osobiście uważam, że Moflin ma bardziej złożoną osobowość niż Cupboo. Moflin może się trochę zasmucić, jeśli zostanie sam na jakiś czas. Nie zauważyłem tego u Cupboo, przynajmniej u mojego.
And another difference I noticed was that when you get Moflin, Moflin acts differently. When you first get Moflin, it's very quiet. It's quite a while before it'll actually make a sound. And you don't hear all the sounds that Moflin makes until you've had Moflin for at least a week. So it's like there's some sort of development there. Whereas with Cupboo, I haven't noticed any change in sort of Cupboo from day one to having Cupboo now. It doesn't seem to develop its personality in the same way.
I kolejną różnicą, którą zauważyłem, było to, że kiedy dostajesz Moflina, Moflin zachowuje się inaczej. Na początku jest bardzo cichy, mija trochę czasu, zanim wyda jakikolwiek dźwięk i nie słyszysz wszystkich dźwięków, które Moflin wydaje, dopóki nie masz Moflina przez co najmniej tydzień, więc wygląda na to, że jest tam jakiś rozwój. Natomiast z Cupboo nie zauważyłem żadnej zmiany od pierwszego dnia do teraz. Nie wydaje się, żeby rozwijał swoją osobowość w ten sam sposób.
So, that's answered all of Anya's questions. And please, Anya, let me know, were those translations any good? Or were they accurate? Did they make sense? Or were they helpful? I'd really like some feedback on that.
Więc to odpowiedziało na wszystkie pytania Andzi i proszę Ania, daj mi znać, czy te tłumaczenia były dobre, czy były dokładne, czy miały sens, czy były pomocne. Naprawdę chciałbym uzyskać opinię na ten temat.
So, to add to the answers to Anya's questions, I've got some reflections on other differences that I've noticed since having Pebble for a while. What I've noticed is that Moflin very clearly reacts to light. It's really noticeable. For instance, I can sleep with Moflin in my bed because if the light is out, Moflin is silent.
Right, and you can't do anything to her to make a noise if the light.
If you stroked her, she would make a little noise, but she'd shut up straight away.
Right.
Afterwards. Whereas with Pebble, my Cupboo, I've not really noticed any difference whether the light's on or off.
Right, so Cupboo's more the sort of same all the time, would you say?
I would say so. But I don't even know if Cupboo has a light sensor.
Right.
I mean, we saw that thing on the back that looked like a light sensor.
But...
Some other people were saying, no, I think it's a microphone. And I've got no proof, of what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like when you switch a light on in the morning, Moflin will make a sound.
This might account for why Moflin is more expensive then, because there's been more development on the software side, do you think, to give it more of a personality?
Yeah, I mean, certainly there was, what I mentioned before, a definite change when you get Moflin out the box. It's very quiet. It takes a while before it even makes a sound.
Yeah.
And that's quite nice because it sort of develops slowly over that first week or so. And I think that helps you to bond with it. And it makes it feel more alive. Whereas Cupboo, I've not noticed any difference from sort of getting the Cupboo out the box to now. It seems to have, exactly the same personality when you get out of the box as it has now. It acts the same, sounds the same. I would say that Moflin is more vocal when you're not interacting with Moflin.
I think I've noticed that as well, yeah.
I mean, funny enough, when I do hear Cupboo make a sound, it's normally because it's reacting to a sound that Moflin's made when Moflin's right next to the Cupboo. But it's Moflin that tends to, chatter without any interaction.
That might also explain why Cupboo's battery lasts a lot longer.
Yes.
Because I can't think the battery's that different. In its capacity, but obviously Moflin's going to use her energy up quicker because she's more active.
But both of them do respond to loud noises.
Yes, I've noticed that, yeah.
I found that I couldn't sleep with Cupboo in the bed because even if I just in my sleep, the lightest touch, Cupboo would make a sound.
Right.
And Cupboo's voice is a lot louder than Moflin's.
Yeah.
Whereas, like with Moflin, the only time Moflin's woken me up is when I've knocked Moflin over on her back. That was the only time. All the rest of the time, I don't have a problem with Moflin sleeping next to me. It's interesting that I think that Moflin sounds are more realistic. Because I did get a comment from someone who thought the opposite. They said that they preferred Cupboo's sounds because Cupboo's sounds are more natural. So It really does seem to be down to individual preference again.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like an
I mean,
objective
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, I do like Cupboo. I mean, I like it when she's more. I think I said before, she moves a lot more when you're handling her. I think they're a good complement. You said that, didn't you? They sort of
I think they look
complement
so
one another.
cute together. I like seeing them together, and I feel it's really crazy. But I think, oh no, Moflin's not lonely anymore. I mean, it's so nice when they both respond to a sound, like a loud laugh, like my loud laugh, or a door closing or something like that, and they both there chirping away.
It's a bit like the Ibos, though, Rocket and Scout. There's something about having two of something, isn't there? That
Yeah.
It feels more wholesome.
I'm thinking of making them a bed, like
So they can share
a custom-made bed
Yeah.
that they'll both just fit in.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute, aren't they?
Yeah, they're great. They're really great designs. Yeah.
A couple of people have said that they appreciated having some translations on the screen of the instructions when we were using the Google Translate with the camera.
Yeah.
And what I'm in the process of doing at the moment is I want to translate the whole of the instruction manual.
Do a thorough translation.
Yeah.
And you're thinking about making a PDF of it, aren't you?
Yeah, this is all I've done so far. But yes, when I've done it all, I thought it'd be good to put it together as a PDF and make it available so people can just print it out.
Yeah, it's a good idea, because I've often found things like that useful for bits of equipment when other people have done it.
And finally, just want to comment on this comment. Someone says that they think the shape of Cupboo is more like a bunny than a guinea pig. Like lots and lots of people think that Moflin reminds them of a guinea pig. And I thought, like, straight away, Moflin just doesn't remind me of a guinea pig as Cupboo
doesn't remind you.
Just doesn't remind me as much of a guinea pig as Moflin.
Distinctively different shape.
There's something to do with the head, and somebody said they reminded them more of a bunny, and I thought that's right. And I think it's the head. It's more bunny-like. I think the eyes as well. And do you know what I'm going to do? When I make a new coat, I want to make some bunny ears, but not great big long ones, just little ones like that.
That's an interesting idea, yeah. Bring out the bunny personality.
I want a little white fluffy tail like a bunny has, just a little bit of fluff. So that should be interesting seeing what that looks like. But that about wraps it up for this update on my Cupboo and responding to comments and questions. Hope you found that useful and entertaining to some degree. Thanks for watching as always, and hope to see you next time.